Today on Player Way, we're reviewing and giving our thoughts on recent titles like Replaced, Tomadachi Life, and Pragmata. All this and more because this is Player Way. Welcome back to the Player Way weekly podcast covering gaming news, reviews, and more. I'm one of your hosts, Johnnymmer here, and today we have multiple games that we are going to be talking about and multiple things we're going to be covering because we're in the world of gaming, and if you've been alive during this week, oh boy. Gaming has reached a new high for the year of 2026, and we're living in that week right now. And we're going to cover all those things and checking in with the Player Way crew to see what we've been playing, give you our thoughts and impressions on some of those titles. Speaking of the crew, I'm here joined with Axew.
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing today?
Jordan could not be with us once again, but we're both here, and we appreciate everyone tuning into this week's episode of Player Way. We love gaming, and having this platform to talk about games is truly a blessing. We want to share that love with all of you, regardless of the genres and platforms you play. And this is all made possible by you, the viewers. We appreciate all love and support, and we ask if you haven't already, please subscribe, leave a like, and go ahead and comment on what your week has looked like playing video games. If you want to stay more up to date, follow us on our socials, including Instagram, X, and TikTok, as well as follow Prater and Axew and myself on Twitch. All of these links are in the description. But without further ado, bro, let's get right into it because I can't wait any longer. Yeah. Austin, what have you been playing?
So I am going to first without basically reviewing anything. I'm just gonna straight up tell you
because
how
the week started. I will say you have played more than me, in terms of how many different games.
Yeah,
but my guess is I'm the only one who actually has a full review to talk about.
I mean,
I don't know if there really is an end to one of your games, I guess, in a sense, but
no, it's as long as you want it to be,
okay.
But I think with the amount of time I have, I think I can give a review.
Okay.
I just feel like I've gotten to that point where it's I've seen most of what I need to. It's I know there's more that I can do. But I feel like I get the gist, especially from the first game, playing the sequel. It's I kind of already knew what everything was going to be. So I think I can give a review on it. Okay, cool. But the other ones I can't. So.
All right. Well, anyway, so what have you been playing?
Okay. So so we start off the week. I just got a text message. I was playing at the beginning of the week before everything came out. I wanted to try and finish Super Meat Boy 3D. I have not finished it. I eventually want to go and finish it. So I was playing that. Got some more hours in on that. Just trying to get all the stuff within the levels, all the band-aids, trying to basically almost 100% it. Because that's just how I do with 3D platformers. Even if I'm higher or lower on a 3D platformer, I just feel like I always want 100%. Just because I feel like I'm not doing everything unless I actually do that. And then Tuesday, I got to Replaced. Ended up playing Replaced for a bit. Not going to say much on that because I know we're going to talk about early impressions and stuff. And then we go to Wednesday. I think Wednesday, I think I didn't play just because I was really tired that day. And I think I was doing some other stuff with my girlfriend at the time. So then we go to Thursday, which is where we get to, I was playing Tomadachi Life. That has been the game that I have played the most of this week. The one I've sunk the most amount of hours into. And Friday, I ended up getting Mouse PI. Played a little bit of that as well. I unfortunately have not gotten Pragmata yet. I know, me, John, Jordan, we've all talked about being excited for the game. My original plan was to go Friday. I got a physical copy, and I was supposed to go to the mall and end up getting it. But my parents have been busy. I don't drive because I'm dumb. And so I'm kind of in this predicament where I was just you know what? I feel like regardless, what is it? Regardless, I've been so addicted to Tomadachi life, I feel like it's been really hard to like get off of it to actually want to go and play stuff. So it, I've dabbled in a little bit, but I've mostly been playing one thing for the most part, and that's kind of all I've been playing. Thank you, dog. I appreciate it. All right.
So for me, I did start playing Replace when it came out the day of release. I have about like I probably have like 3 hours in it. Like when you ask how far I got, like I said, like not a lot. Like I'm close to halfway. I feel like probably I'm on like chapter 4, and I think there's 10 chapters. So like take that what you will. So I can talk a decent amount about it. I pretty much have the gist of like how I feel about the game, but obviously it could very well change. But then, for sure, the thing that I've played the most this week, that I've been obsessed with, is Pragmata. Came out Friday. Yeah, so obviously I cannot wait to talk about that and give you my review on that. And I wanted to do a lot more this week, but I actually got sick like on Thursday, which sucks because I was planning on like staying up till midnight to play the drop of Pragmata, and I did stay up. Like I was like up in like 30 minutes until release. Like I literally sent Austin a picture of the timer for like saying 30 minutes left, and I was like, bro, I can't wait. Like as I'm texting him though, I'm like dying over here by my desk. I have like medicine all over the place. I'm like tissues going crazy. I'm like, God, this is gonna suck, but I want to play this game so bad. And so it finally came out. I got past like the first 5-minute opening cinematic. I got into the gameplay. I like was basically like clocking out. I was like, bro, I can't do this. Like I'm not even gonna enjoy the game because I'm like dying so much. So I just went to sleep, even though I was so excited to play. But the next day I pretty much beat like almost the whole thing in like one sitting, pretty much. But I did finally roll credits yesterday, well, let's just say it has not stopped there whatsoever. I am well on my way to getting the platinum for this game, and I can't wait to talk more about that as well. But yeah, so that's what my week has looked like. So let's go ahead and start out with the smaller games. So Austin, Mouse PI for Ire. I know you haven't played a lot, but just from like straight top level thoughts, like just what's the vibe check for it?
So okay, so for the little bit I have, I maybe have a couple hours in. I've been trying to do this a little bit more with like writing down pros and cons for the games that I play, just because I like to, whenever I do like early impressions or reviews, like I want people to kind of understand like where I'm coming from and like what I like about it, what I don't like, what I think they could have done better. But I mean, for the most part, I am, from just my couple hours that I played, I do like it. I do think I am just barely scratching the surface of everything that is yet to come. I think the things that I do like, I think the boomer shooter gameplay, it's very like, it's very true to the kind of Doom and your Quakes. Like it feels good to move in. It feels good to move and shoot. All of that feels really good, like in the movement department. I did have to change my controls because I don't like dash being like clicking, your control stick in order to like dash forward, backwards, which is great. Like I'm glad that they give you like more movement options. Like you can dash to the left, up, like back, right. Kind of, I was talking to someone about it, and they're like, oh, kind of like how like Call of Duty would do it, like with Omni movement. You can like dash like with your control stick in that direction. I'm like, yeah, it works like that, but for me, I'm just so used to clicking a button to do it, so I ended up switching it to a completely different control scheme to do that. Music is great. I really like the music. Very jazzy, very jazz inspired. I mean, just as you would expect from a kind of detective,
Mafia looking game.
yeah, mafia noir, like
Yeah.
style of game. Music is great. Story, I've just kind of barely starting off as, of course, Jack Pepper.
Voiced by Troy Baker, which I found out recently, which is
Yeah,
hilarious.
he very, very interesting. He like I really like it. I like this weird, like, it's so weird to see Troy Baker.
Dude, Troy's the
we've
goat.
yeah, like we've seen him go from like so many different characters, but something about him being like a rat that's like a detective.
Bro went from
is just
Joel
so...
to Briggs, or no, not
Yeah.
Briggs, Higgs.
Briggs.
I don't know why I said Briggs. He went from Joel to Higgs to Jack Pepper in Mouse PI for Hire to Indiana Jones. Like, what are we doing, bro?
Oh, but man, he killed it in Indiana Jones, though.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's such a good, like, that performance sticks out in my mind like crazy.
100%. I mean, he kills
So
that
yeah,
role,
I mean, voice acting, I like the voice acting in it. Writing so far, I need to see how, like, where it goes and development of the story further on. The start of it, I've been kind of talking about, like, because I've realized how important to me, like, openings and endings are to games, and that's something I definitely want to like, what? Because
no, I get it.
You're thinking of, okay.
I get it, bro.
So that's another thing is, like, whenever, because I wanted to preference to people, it's like when I'm doing first impression reviews, so I want to talk about the opening and stuff, and like, not like spoil them, but at least kind of talk about. And one game we're going to talk about later, I have a little bit of time in, I do want to talk about the opening personally, because it goes into my early impressions of it. But it's a decent opening. Like, it's fun. You start off, Jack Pepper is like, you have your main bad guy who's basically trying to escape from you, and you end up not catching up to him, gets away, stuff happens, you get to the city, where you're trying to collect information and basically figure out his whereabouts, how to, stop the plan that he's trying to execute. I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. It definitely is like it's a good experience right now. I don't have a lot of time to really say a lot. The lock picking, I think, is fun. Like, it's very simple, but it's satisfying. It's very satisfying having, like, you take like a black line, you're just trying to hit like I don't know what you would call them, like
sweet
the
spot
pedals, like whatever they are within like a lock. You would have to hit like some pedals and push them up, and then
like
I'm
they're
not
like
exactly
teeth.
sure what those are
They're
called.
like teeth on a
kind of, kind of. I'm just not exactly.
We ain't locksmiths out here.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that.
My aunt's a locksmith, though. Shout out to her.
Shout out to the aunts that are locksmiths out there.
Yep.
I'd say that's probably all I really have to say. I mean, it's a fun game. Like, it's good so far.
Yeah.
I need some more time to sink in to really, like, give a full on, like, review.
Yep. For those of you curious, Mouse PI for Hire did get reviewed this week. It currently has an 83 on OpenCritic. So pretty solid reviews overall. I've heard a lot of praise. I've heard, like, I haven't heard any really, like, bad reviews. Like, I've heard, like, some like
I've heard of a bad one that everybody's clowning.
Like, I've heard of, like, I know kind of funny. Like, one or two of them had it, like, in, like, I want to say, like, a 6.5 or something like that, or it was like a 7 or something like that. It was on the lower end of the spectrum, but from everything I've heard, a lot of people seem to really be enjoying this game, saying it's just fun. They love the art style. They just love how much character and soul that this game has. And so, yeah, recommend playing it if you're a fan of like wild first-person shooters, or if you like just love like very unique art styles. This one's probably for you. So,
I forgot to mention real quick. I mean, ever since the trailers, we can all agree, beautiful art style.
Oh man,
just blends super well.
For those of you who don't know, the art style is kind of like your Willie Steamboat, like old school Mickey
Willie
Mouse.
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie, my bad. Steamboat Willie. Steamboat Willie,
Man.
like old school Mario. Mario. Wow, I'm so bad today.
What in the
Mickey.
what is happening
Mickey,
to you?
dude, I'm being hacked. I'm being hacked, bro.
Dang, bro, my favorite cartoon back in the day, Steamboat Mario.
Steamboat Mario. So yeah, go check it out if you have any interest in it, for sure. All right, let's go ahead. Let's talk about Replaced.
Okay.
So this is one that I can actually speak on. So I'll go ahead and start. This has been like Replaced is one of my like most anticipated indie games ever. Like I feel like I've been excited for this game for a long time. And I usually don't have that kind of like build up for indie games. I would say like indie games are more of like a spontaneous. Like I see it, and when it has release day, I'm like, dude, I can't wait to play this. But this one, ever since it was announced, I've just been in love with the art style, love the aesthetics of it, from the combat that we saw in the music. I'm like, yo, this game looks super dope. It looks super cool. I love how cinematic it is. And from everything I have played so far, it's pretty much all of that. Everything that I said, everything that I was looking forward to. But for me, it's just, as of right now, it's just a little too slow for me. Like, there is a whole, I would say, like, the whole second or third chapter, I forget which one it is. You're just walking around this town, talking to people, and it just, like, to me, it, like, ruined the momentum. It's not bad, like, everything you're doing, like, and I like the conversations. I think the writing is great. I'm really liking some of the characters we've met. But it just, from a really strong opening, in my opinion, to, like, what follows it, it's just a weird pacing issue that, to me, it's just a little bit too slow for my liking. And there are going to be some people who just love walking around a town, talking to people. And I get that. And I know this is supposed to be a slower game. But for me, it just kind of ruined the momentum a little bit. That being said, like I said, I think it has a really strong opening. I love what it's doing on a cinematography level. I think it is absolutely fantastic. From a directorial standpoint, I need to know who's directing the game because I think he's doing a great job. And I just think the art style is, man, it is so...
It's stunning.
It is stunning. I honestly can't really compare it to anything. Like, you could say it's like a bunch of other pixelated, but it does something so different with its lighting, with its textures, with just like how you perceive it, like a weird point of view, like a weird peripheral vision is what I'm the word I'm trying to find. This game is stunning, and I personally, I know that this has been the biggest mixed factor from what I've read and heard from most reviews, is the combat is like the biggest hit or miss for a lot of people. To me, I actually really like it. I think it feels punchy. I think it feels crunchy. I like how kind of simplified it is to a certain degree. That being said, it's gonna get repetitive. I can already tell you that. It's for sure going to get repetitive. 3 hours in, though, I'm really enjoying it. But obviously, that is only 3 hours in, and what I've heard, like a 10-hour game. So I know for a fact it's going to get repetitive. But it feels good, and that's like the main thing. And then also, my biggest issue right now is the platforming. I think the platforming feels really clunky. I think it just feels kind of unresponsive, but sometimes too responsive at the same time. It's just not really satisfying. Like it's just not satisfying platforming. Is the best way I could put it. I am interested in the story. I'm not invested in it yet. Again, I like the opening, but then I just don't think they like jumped off of that opening very well. To like make me feel like, okay, bro, I'm in here. Like I'm in it. I'm in it, and like I can't wait to play more and all that. It's, as of right now, I'm telling myself I want to play more because obviously I want to beat the game, not because I'm like enjoying the crap out of it. So for me, I am really enjoying it, but I'm not loving it yet. That
Mhm.
is basically where I'm at with it. I'm not gonna put a score or anything on it because I obviously haven't played nearly enough to do that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's kind of my overall thoughts. My biggest takeaways from a visual and cinematography level, outstanding. From a combat level, I'm enjoying it, but I am worried about repetitiveness. From a story and character level, I'm interested, not super invested. And a platforming level, I'm not impressed whatsoever. Music is something I missed.
Yeah, I was about to
Oh,
say if you don't cover that, I'll cover it
man.
because
So
that.
far, it is
Yeah.
a banger OST so far.
Mhm.
Absolutely amazing OST. It is just lifting up so many moments right now. And so, yeah, overall, pretty solid. But I'm curious what you think.
Okay. So I agree with you on one thing specifically, which is where I'm at with the game. It's like I'm enjoying it. I'm
Everything
not
else, you're
really.
wrong.
I'm no, I'm not. No, I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just like a lot of what you said. Um. So what I'm basically like, I'm enjoying the game. Like I like it. Uh. I am probably you probably just a little bit ahead of me. I am at the chapter where you have to go around and talk to people.
Yeah.
Um. I would say so. I kind of wrote in my notes just because this is where
Oh,
I kind of wanted
that is
to
fun. Hang
start.
on, real quick.
Um,
I was gonna mention that. I forget it. I
mhm.
find it funny that you started writing down notes because, um, for Pragmata is the first ever game that I'm actually like, I wrote down like things to like say in my review for the actual game.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not gonna say it in this review. You have to check out the actual
Mhm.
review for a more like in depth breakdown. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's funny.
Um. So I'm enjoying the game. Like I definitely like it. I want to tell. So what John had covered, these are my like to me are the best things when it comes to the game so far. So I have in pros. I have, of course, the visuals are absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I like it is just it's beautiful, and I think it also helps. Which I have another pro is very like beautiful cinematic feel to the game. This
Mm-hmm.
game feels like it feels like a movie sometimes. Like
Yes.
it really does. Like the way um like also the way they will pan like you running from 2D and then all of a sudden you'll go to like they'll you'll be walking down kind of like it'll go like 3D and you'll be walking yeah, you'll go 2D and then you'll kind of walk down or upstairs. You'll go to that 3D realm and then that camera will move with it. It'll do a bunch of cool things to transition to other parts of the level that you're on or the games. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think having that cinematic feel, like a prime example in the game is whenever you're, um, after the specific opening, you get to kind of like a road and you actually have to go up that road in order to get to the next part. I think having something like that is so nice to have because it transitions well, like
Yes.
really well, and it also gives you that cinematic feel to it. I do like how it's not like, hey, we're gonna do what every other 2D game does and just go like right or left, and then
Yes.
it's gonna cause that thing to happen. I do think they're doing something very cool and innovative by making you go up and down as well, moving that camera with the character to have these cinematic moments.
Yeah.
Um, which
Yeah.
leads me
The
to
camera, hang on.
yeah.
The camera is never stagnant in this game.
Oh yeah.
It is
Mhm.
it like this game is such a great example of using the camera as a visual tool. Because it is always like adding to the experience. It's not just like, hey, we have a video game, you have to do this, so here's the camera. It's like, no, no, no. How do we incorporate having the camera into what makes this game so artistically special?
Mhm.
And I think they just do it great. Whether it is just jumping or climbing something, the camera's moving to that specific thing very uniquely. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's great.
Yeah, and which leads me to my I think as the second best part so far is you were saying you weren't as invested or so in the story. I personally am pretty like I'm paying pretty good attention to the story at this point. Like I think the story is really interesting. I mean, we start off our protagonist Warren basically working like overtime, basically trying to gather information. His partner, I think it's like Glitch or something. It's like a very simple name. Breach, I can't remember. It's something similar like that.
Reach, I think Reach.
Yes, Reach. Yes, there it is. Reach is like, yo, man, like this is ridiculous. Like you've been working way too much. Like your your brain is gonna like malfunction and everything's like, nah, man, I gotta keep doing this. Like this is what I'm gonna do, and things happen, and now we have they're basically formed together. They're now working together, and I, I am very mixed on the start of the opening of the game. I like it in terms of that beginning section. I did have it as I thought the opening was a little disappointing, but I think I kind of still stand on that just a little bit. I think everything before the combat, I think is fun. Like it's cool to see all that happening. Which gets me to my least favorite point of the game is I can already tell you now, just from the first couple combat experiences, I don't like the combat. I don't think it's awful. I just think it's kind of whatever. Like you're mostly just pressing X to beat up your enemies, and you'll have like yellow kind of markers that pop above the enemy's head, which basically just means, hey, I gotta click Y. Doesn't matter the timing or anything. Just once I see it, I have to press it. I'll basically deflect it, like kind of like your parry option, and then you'll end up hitting them with, like, if you hit Y again, you can do like a heavier attack with it. And then once there's red markers above their head, that's when you have an unblockable. You have to dodge that, so you'll press B. I don't know what it is about the combat of this game. I just think I think it being in the 2D realm, I think I've just been really really hot on a lot of like 2D action games and having combat. And I just feel like this one, I guess for you, you're enjoying it more, but it's like I don't feel the exhilaration from it. Like I can understand the idea of it being crunchy, like it does in some ways like feel good to hit your enemies, but I guess to me it just doesn't feel like, it just doesn't get me excited. Like it doesn't make me want to fight more people. It's just like
I agree with that.
Like
I agree with that. It's not very exciting. No, it's not.
Yeah, and that's my problem, is like I want to feel excited about doing it, and that's my issue, is I just wasn't really excited. And I think it also is just, I'm not saying every action game needs to be fast or slow, but our main protagonist is slow. He is, I mean, movement speed, this guy's on 1 out of 10. I mean, this guy goes at his own speed, and there is no other speed.
That's where I would argue this isn't really an action game.
Yeah, which, I mean, it isn't. I just kind of, because there was action in it,
right.
I mean, the
see,
like,
because my biggest problem is right now it feels way more of a platformer than it does at least where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like wait until you get after the town, the first chapter after the town, like, dude, there's so much platforming and it's so slow and clunky. And like, to a point where I'm like, bro, can I fight something already? Like, what is going on here? So
I definitely have heard from like other people. It's like it does get better in terms of combat when you get more.
The gun adds a really cool layer to it. I will say, I really like the gun.
Yeah, see, which I haven't gotten to yet. Platforming, I don't have too big of an issue with it right now. I do think sometimes it's really weird. Like
jumping
sometimes
over those dang trees was a nightmare. Holy moly!
Yeah,
I don't know if you had that, bro, but I died to those trees on the ground like 5 times. Dude.
I think I did like once or twice.
Oh my gosh, I was about to crash.
The first time was like I didn't know I had to jump over them. I thought my character would automatically do it. But I would say for the most part, that's like how I'm feeling so far. It's like the ending, or like not the ending, the opening I like and dislike in some ways, just because I feel like it's a little slow. A also because of the combat just didn't pull me in. But like, I'm really liking the story. I'm actually really paying attention. Music is great. I'm loving the music.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely, I was saying Mouse PI's like music is great. I'd low key just for right now, like I'd bump it down to like a good, because I do think Replace so far, this OST has a lot of potential. Like just with the cinematic shots, like golly, that music's really good right now. And then visuals stunning. That's really about it, from what I've played. So.
Awesome.
All right, John. I'm gonna be nice to you, man.
Yeah. I was gonna say go to do Tomadachi next.
Oh! I was gonna let you talk about Pragmata.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'll let
you
do Tomadachi.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I can actually do a review for this. So go ahead and ask me, man. What do you want to know?
How long have you played?
Okay.
What's your favorite part? What's your least favorite part?
Okay.
And what would you give Tomadachi Life? Living the dream.
Okay. So.
And this will be on your permanent record. So.
Permanent record.
No.
Well, here's the thing.
Hold on. Wait. Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We can make the executive decision right now if we want to.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you want to enable 0.5? 0.5s?
No. I'm sticking to my guns on the strong and light. Because I just don't like saying 0.5.
Oh, I didn't even know we were doing the strong and light.
Well, no. I do that.
Oh, okay.
That's just something I do.
Okay. All right.
Like,
that's fine then. That's fine.
Because to me, like, I want to find a way to separate my, my games and which ones I like more. It's like, I don't like the points because I just hate, in my mind, I hate giving something like a 9.5. Like, that just,
yeah, no,
I'll just give it, I'll just give it like a strong 9. Like, like a prime example. We like, what are 2 9s? Like, what would I say is higher?
I'm only asking because me and Aiden have been trying to figure out exactly what we want to do for movies.
Yeah.
And it's very different than reviewing games. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like for me, like I would say like Astrobot is like a light 9, and then like on that lower scale of 9, but still a 9, and then like Alan Wake 2 is like a straight in the middle 9.
Flat 9
is where like I would put it, which like I just don't like the points. But so Tomodachi Life, living the dream. You know me, John. I'm just going to just say how I feel. Like I could say the critic review. I could sit here and be honest with everyone.
Just so everyone knows, Replace scored a 79. On
yes,
or currently has a 79 on OpenCritic. Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream currently has a 79 as well.
Yep, around the same score. So 9 points.
Not the best week for Austin's Fantasy Critic.
Yeah, well, I didn't actually want to get replaced. I forgot to get rid of it, but it's whatever. I've come to the conclusion.
Pretty good week for Jordan.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan is, I'm going to be real with you. I've given up on Fantasy Critic. I'm starting to hate it because I just don't like reviews at this rate. Not because I'm losing. It's just, I've realized like I'm going to like games that are not going to be loved by everybody else. Like I look at a 79 on Tomodachi and it's like, I got to be real with everyone. It's like, I could tell you, I think the critic score is right on that game. I think what they have there is correct for most people that probably will play it. But I think for this small majority, like the majority of quirky people like me that look for a weird, wacky game, especially from Nintendo, this is a game that's going to be for you, which is where I'm going to get to my personal review. I just don't care. I know I know there are games out there that people love, and you know they have flaws, you know they have issues, but you just love the core concept so much. It is just, you can't put it down no matter what. You can look at all of these things and be like, hey, this isn't in the sequel that was from the original. There's sometimes less things that, less content in some ways. They've added more new things, but is it enough to really make that experience more worthwhile? A prime example I always talk about, a Final Fantasy 16. I know that game isn't perfect. It's not perfect. It has flaws. It story-wise, during the middle of it, it does get kind of all over the place because they try to focus on the main protagonist even though it feels like his story is over. Ending. Wow, they cliffhanger is crazy. Like it like really hurts to end on a cliffhanger like that. Um I just got to keep it real with myself. I love this game. This is right now my current game of the year. And for me personally, I have to like I'm loving it. Like I have to give it for me personally a 10 out of 10. And I know it's not perfect, but I cannot put this thing down. And I know I'm not going to put it down. I've already even before this game came out, I was like, I'm going to make one island, have all the people that I know really well, and then I want to have another profile where I can make an island where it's, hey, the play your way island. I want to have it to where it's all video game related. We have video game characters I've made, put them in this world. And I think what I love about Tomodachi Life, from at least, living the dream for the 20 hours that I have, is there is no better feeling that the original gave me than building personal relationships and trying it. This game is like playing house. You feel like a kid. You would do, you have your toys, your action figures, you'll role play. And I'm not a huge role play guy. Like, I do like role playing depending on the media or type of thing it is, in order for me to do that. And I feel like this game is perfect for me because I love playing out these scenarios. And I know a lot of people from reviews I've seen have been like, hey, it gets kind of boring after a bit whenever you felt like you've done everything. You've seen almost all of these things that can happen with building out friendships, relationships, dreams within the game, activities. But I just never get bored of it. Cuz to me, like, getting like close to an experience I have in real life is a better feeling. Like, it's one of the best feelings I could ever ask for. Like, I have like 13 people on my island right now. I have me, of course, you, John, Jordan, my good friends online, Axel, Dre, a bunch of other guys on there. We have like Gabby. We have my girlfriend, Rella, which is my bestie that I know. And I can't just get over like just trying to make things so accurate to my personal life. Is just, it's one of the best experiences playing the game and getting so close to that. And the game just gives me a feeling that a lot of games like this just never can. And I think it's just because it feels so personal to do this for me. And I've had a lot of interactions in the game so far where it's like, hey, I'm getting pretty close to actually making it as accurate as I can be. It's like, I love even having the decisions to like have your conversation with people when you have them meet up for the first time. It's awesome being like, hey, I meet John, what do you want to talk about? Okay, let's talk about Capcom. It's like, it's cool. Like, it's awesome for me to build out stuff, that memories that I love and things that I know we both like. And I actually try thinking about things that, hey, this is what we enjoy. I want to try and make this as accurate as I can. Um, and I think that's just like the number one thing for me, is the gameplay hook for me is perfect. It's always something, because the game is designed to be, hey, you need to check up on your island every single like day. You want to go back. It's like a mobile game. It's like, hey, you got a Candy Crush. Hey, you do all these levels, hey, you can't play anymore, come back the next day. It's like once your Miis don't have a lot of problems, or if you don't want to build anything else, hey, you can save, stop it. They'll probably have something later down the line. And that's where I think this game isn't for everybody, because I don't think you're going to find all of these problems and these things to do as fun and addictive as a Animal Crossing or a Pocopia, because those games, it feels like there's infinite amount of possibilities. And I feel like with Tomodachi Life, it's like half of that. But for me, as someone who does not get bored of the gameplay loop of the main thing you're trying to do, which is building relationships, it is probably not going to get boring to me for a long time. I made a joke that I'll probably have 100 hours minimum, maybe 200. And I do think at this rate, that's where I'm going to go, because I just can't stop playing it. So, and besides that, I guess I can cover certain other things. I think the one thing that sucks about this game that I feel like I wish they would have done is, this game was in development for what they said about 9 years, but whenever I think about that, I do think Nintendo is a little weird. It sounds like this team that they have may not have been that big, which is why some people I've seen be a little upset about the amount of content that kind of is stripped from the first one. You have like concert hall is not there. You have this like little rap battle thing that's like really random. You'll have Miis that just kind of spit bars and like hope, like basically go until they run out, and then once that side runs out, that person wins. Um, there are certain things that are cut out from the game, but for me, I didn't really care about a lot of those features that much. They were kind of whatever. Like, you have a tower. You literally can just go to this tower, and it's like, hey, I can look at my Mii on a tower, basically look into the distance. That's pretty much it. Like, there's not much more to it than that. So I don't mind if they stripped things away that are like that. One of the best things that they made about the game, which is another reason I love this game so much, is this game makes me want to learn how to draw. I have wanted to learn how to draw for a bit, for like years, but unfortunately I was born left-handed, and in first grade they switched me to right-handed. And so I hate just writing, drawing, because with my right hand, because I write as if I'm left-handed apparently. And it hurts after a while, and it's just something I've never liked doing. But I go online and I see all these creations people make, and I'm just like, dude, I want to draw so bad. And I know it's like you see the detail that some of these people do, and you're like, oh my gosh, like it is insane how a basic fundamental change they made was like, hey, you can draw pretty much like house interiors, exteriors. You can draw pets. Like, one of my things, the first things I want to do when drawing is I want to draw. Dre's favorite character of all time is Yoshi. He loves Yoshi. So I want to draw his little pet as a baby Yoshi. It's like I'm coming up with all these things and trying to make these characters as close as I can to the like original, people that I know, to their personality and what they like. I'm already thinking, hey, what do I want to do for John? It's like, what do I want to give him? What objects do I want to give him? There is so much I love about this game. And once again, I know a game, and this is why I wanted to talk about reviews in general, because it's about the experience that you have with a game. You can look at reviews all the time, and a lot of those reviews, specifically from critics, are going to look at it from a standpoint of, hey, what did they do right? What did they do wrong? And I think a lot of people don't look at a game and be like, hey, just because there's negatives in here doesn't mean that it has to impact the positive elements of that game. Because to me, even though this game does have negatives surrounding it, it's just that core fundamental gameplay of this game that I just can't stop playing and put down. Which is it's currently my game of the year, man. I just I can't say it any other way. I love there's been a lot of like there's been games this year that I've really enjoyed, but I just don't think this is one that I'm going to be able to put down for a while. So I'm loving this game.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad it's
Man.
it's lived up to the hype.
Yep.
I think it's funny because, like, how do I put this? Without like, well, because what I'm about to say will almost come off as like I'm saying your review is like wrong, but that's like, but basically what I'm trying to say is I think you've been hit with a classic case of tycoon / simulatoritis, where like when you get hooked on a simulator or tycoon, it literally is like the greatest game of all time. Like it is. Like when I was in like 20 hours into Pacopia, I'm like, bro, this is literally like the greatest game of all time. Like Resident Evil doesn't even come close to Pacopia right now. Like when I get in the mood to play Planet Coaster, when I hop on Planet Coaster, I'm like, bro, how is this not in my top 5 favorite games of all time? But then it does reach, at some point, it does reach the point where it's like, okay, I'm not in the mood to play it, and like then like it like the adrenaline rush of like loving it and playing it kind of like fades down. And you're like, okay, it is great. Let me calm down a little bit, but like but it is that thing of like if I don't play like every tycoon ever. I don't play every simulator ever. I pick the ones that are very specific to me. Like you're not gonna see me playing Power Wash Simulator. You're not gonna see me playing Zoo Tycoon. No. I choose to play Planet Coaster because that one specifically speaks to me. I choose to play Pacopia because that one specifically speaks to me, and that's why I love them so much. So for you, to me, it just sounds like this is your Planet Coaster / Pacopia, where a 10 sounds crazy, but it is like, like I said, there was a point where like I didn't think I could be any happier playing a game than while playing Pacopia.
Yeah.
And granted, by the end of it, after like 60 hours into it, I was like, okay, it's not a 10, but like I still have the feelings of a 10 in a sense, right? And then same thing with Planet Coaster. Like I'm not gonna say Planet Coaster 10, but like man, when I get hooked in it, like it's the greatest game ever. Like, and so it is like that. It is that classic case of like simulator / tycooneritis, whatever you want to call it.
Well, yeah, I also just think like this game just isn't going to be for everybody,
right.
And it's like in the genre that it's in, like I can look at this game and I can be like, hey, I do know this is not, it's not even like close to being better than a Pacopia, and it's just because Pacopia just has more. The only issue with that game, I'd say personally, is like I just think that game actually gives you way too much to do. You can feel overwhelmed at times. But you also have like, I think it's like 200, 300 Pokemon within the game. Well,
yeah,
I may be wrong on that.
No,
I'm not 100% certain,
right.
but like I said, it's the core gameplay, and it's like, I'm a big friendship guy. I love my friends. I love the people I talk to. And I think it's also just a really fun streaming game and game to bond with friends over. It's something to just kind of build out this little me world. I just like, I love it, man. And you see so many like reviews from people. It's like you go to Kind of Funny, and a prime example of this is like Tim Getty had this take. He agreed with basically everything that his co-host Mike said. Is like Mike gave it like a 6.5, like a 6.5, and Tim Getty's was like, yeah, I kind of agree, like it's around there, but he's like, for me personally, he's like, I love it like it's a 9. And he's like, he's really enjoying it. It's like it's about your experience. It's like sometimes I hate that I compare games a lot, because I'm so flip floppy on it because I I know like I was saying, Pocopia is the better game. I do think naturally, but it's like which one do I like more for its core elements? And it's like I like Tomodachi Life the
I
most.
don't think. I also don't think
You
a
know?
score has to reflect that. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
like a score is not an emotion. That's like
Mm-hmm.
a statistic. Uh, Emotions tell more of the story than I think like
Mm-hmm.
a statistic does. Um,
Yeah.
because going back to like tycoons and simulators, that genre is the like definition of right place, right time. Like,
Yeah.
when you're in the mood for it, it hits like crack. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like it. So it will be interesting to see what you think of this game like 6 months down the line when like you're in the mood for like, I don't know, BioShock games or whatever is hot at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
To like still see if it's, you know, game of the year 10 out of 10. But it is that thing of like, man, but if I see something 6 months from now, like Pocopia gets a new, oh,
What? What? Oh.
um, if like 6 months from now, if I see like Pocopia gets an update, and I'm like, oh man, I kind of want to get back in there. Like I'm kind of in the mood to like go back into Pocopia and build up my town. If I go back and play it, like I guarantee you, it's gonna hit like crack because it's just like it's just such a mood genre. Like it is. Like if you are in the mood, um. I guess Austin's PC just did a random restart all of a sudden. He said he'll be back. Um, if you're in the mood for that genre, like, and you play it, it will hit like crazy. So I'm not surprised that for right now, like as of right now, like it is a 10 out of 10 for Austin because he's been anticipating this mood that he's in for playing this kind of game, this like tycoon simulator game, and it's exactly the simulator he thought it was going to be, and so he's absolutely hooked, having the time of his life. That's a 10 out of 10 right there. Again, we'll have to see if it maintains that over time. But yeah, it is an interesting conversation that we just have to have with like reviews as well, where it's like, you know, how do we review? Because we're not paid to review these games. We didn't get review codes. We're not critics. We're just players. We bought the game and we playing it. We're telling you how we feel. You know, if we were critics and we did get review codes and we were maybe sponsored or we were promoted to do a review, or, you know, we are paid to do a review, you know, then we might have to tackle reviews a little bit differently. But as of right now, we just play the game. We just play the game and tell you how we feel. And so yeah, that's pretty nice to just hear how Austin feels about Tomodachi Life, living the dream. Oh my! By the way, we never did housekeeping, so I'll go ahead and do a little bit of housekeeping right now. There is. Let me see here. The Play Your Way, Play Our Way, and Watch Your Way episodes are out on the channel right now, as well as Austin did a video, the biggest games releasing in April 2026, just covering all the games releasing in April. And then I did a reaction to the new Metro 2039 reveal trailer. So make sure you go check all those things out. Thank you also for all the support for recent content. We are probably gonna there will probably be a change with the Play Our Way. We might stop doing that, or we may just integrate that. Like that kind of content will not stop. We will continue doing that form of content. But I think we may just merge it into Play Your Way and just make it all under one brand. Not really sure. That was early in talks, but before we did this episode, so we'll just kind of see how all that evolves. We'll keep y'all updated within podcast episodes. We may even do multiple Play Your Ways a week. That might be what we actually end up doing. But yeah. Other than that, I think that's probably all the housekeeping.
Right.
So yeah, it will be interesting to eventually do like a full discussion on like reviews and stuff, which I know we talked about before this. But it's good to hear just all your praise for Tomodachi Life and everything. So I'll give you one last shot if you want to talk about anything specifically, or just go a little more in depth here.
just
last chance.
man.
Question is,
just
are you going to do a full blown review on the channel for this game?
I could. I mean, I can definitely do
Completely
one.
up to you.
I mean, it's just I'm just so not used to doing them and uploading because I've usually just talked about it on here, but I definitely don't mind kind of covering a lot of the stuff that maybe I didn't, even though I feel like I talked about a lot. But I'm just my last thing is just give the game a shot. I know, I understand it's $60. I know a lot of people are gonna see that price tag and be like, "Yeah, it's $60."
Dang.
Which, like, yes, it's cheaper than what we've been getting. Yes, we could have gotten like a Rhythm Heaven Groove kind of like price, like a $40-$50. I think would have fit it better. But just try it. Like, I really just want people to try and see if they can fall, like, if they'll fall in love with this game like I have, and I know there's a lot of other people that are absolutely loving it like crazy. Especially on, Twitter, of who I follow, people playing it. Just give it a shot, man. Like, these type of games don't need to be game of the year contenders. They don't need to be 10 out of 10s by everybody.
But it is awesome.
Like, just try it and see if you like it. And that's what I always want to urge people nowadays is, like, just try stuff. If you're interested in it, just give it a shot. If you can bring yourself to be interested enough to be like, hey, I would like to try this. It's like, hey, why, try to save up, do whatever you can. If you got to wait for a sale eventually at some point, just try it out, because you may be missing out on an experience that will change your life forever. Yeah, I'm doing a lot on my island, man. I got a lot of stuff going on. So,
All right.
yeah, me and my sorry, I was just having a little conversation, but like, I got a lot of stuff going on in there. Girlfriend, I'm about to have a kid probably on there, so that's great. Excited for that. I actually just recently, John, just real quick, I found some clothes that I think your character would really like.
Tough.
Like accurate to what you would wear,
Oh yeah.
like in real life.
Seeing all my Instagram posts is that weird?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So I've done a lot of yapping. I had to. It's just, I love the game. Now, I need to know, John. I need to know, because this Friday, Pragmata, however you want to pronounce it.
It is Pragmata. I have learned it is
Pragmata. Okay. All right.
Which I don't like.
Pragmata. I don't either. I don't either.
I'm sticking with Pragmata, bro. I don't even care.
Yeah. Hey, I say we pronounce games however we want.
Yep.
Pragmata. So, this game, you have been excited since literally
before the PS5 was even shown.
A cinematic trailer. That's all it took for you. It's just a guy in space with a girl, a robot AI girl on his back. After years of waiting and delays, I need to know 3 things from you, John.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know how long did it take you to beat the game? How do you feel overall with everything that's happened, leading up towards the game? And what is your review score of Pragmata?
Man, some good questions there. But I would like to start off by first, if you will direct your eyes to my camera.
I
know it's mirrored, but listen, ladies and gentlemen.
This guy works at Capcom, bro.
Capcom. They're absolutely goated. Capcom is insane. Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there right now. Pragmata currently has an 87 on OpenCritic.
86 on Metacritic.
Yep. I don't even go to Metacritic. I don't even look at Metacritic. Pragmata is a 9 out of 10 amazing game. One that I absolutely love.
Mhm.
It's been a long time waiting for this game. Like you said, since the very first cinematic trailer, since its conceptual trailer, it was shown off during the PS5 reveal event. So this game was shown off before the PS5 was even shown off, which is absolutely insane to think about. This game, I've been excited for this game since before I even played Ghost of Tsushima. And so when you really just like look at all
That's
that,
insane.
it's absolutely insane. I've been excited for this game for like over a quarter of my life, which is mind blowing. And it's crazy to say. This game only took me 8 hours to beat.
Wow.
And it
Okay.
absolutely lived up to the hype for me. It absolutely lived up to the hype. If there were 0.5s, it would be an 8.5. I will say that. But we don't do do 0.5.
You could do my thing. You could do a strong 8, but
No, and see that's the thing. It's unfortunately one of those things where I don't think it's an 8. If I was like a critic, I wouldn't give it a 9 though. Is the thing. But at the same time,
But
we're
for
not
your
critics.
personal
Yeah,
experience,
exactly. But for us, we're not critics yet. So
Yeah.
it is a thing of like I'm going with 9. Yeah, this game is special. And there's so many things I want to talk about. There's so many different directions I could take this review. The first one I'm going to say is Capcom has absolutely cracked the code on a gameplay loop. Because this gameplay loop, and I'm not even just talking about the shooting and hacking. I'm talking about the progression. I'm talking about the leveling up. I'm talking about the currencies in the game, the economies within the game. I'm talking about the different enemy variety. They have just made a gameplay format that is just so fun. To the point where I rolled credits last night. And I was like, all right, dude, like, awesome. Like, absolutely love the game. And I was like, all right, I think I'm done for today. I'll maybe pick it back up tomorrow. And I decided to go for a walk afterwards. I decided to go for a walk. And I'm walking around my subdivision. And, like, halfway through the walk, I was like, I want to play more Pragmata. And so I went home. I booted it back up. I looked at the trophy list, and I'm like, let's get to work. And so I hopped back in, and I have now 100%ed 2 out of the 5 sectors in the game, which is not really all that difficult, I will say. I am 4... Man, there's just so much. Okay, hang on. But before we get into that, hold on. There's so much to talk about. Let me break it down for you. The game's gameplay, absolutely phenomenal. We can talk more about that in a second. The game's visuals are great. Probably my least favorite thing about the game are the visuals. Not because they're bad. It's a little busy for me at times. Like it's very busy. Especially whenever you like do a scan or whenever you are just like trying to explore and find like these collectibles. Like there's just so many like different particles and lines and like circles everywhere. It becomes a little busy. That being said, there are some environments in this game I was not expecting to have so many like holy crap moments, because like you'll like walk over an edge and you'll just see a view of something and you're like, whoa, holy moly. But and then there is one towards the final battle of the game. There are some cutscenes that basically turn into like 720p for some reason. At least they did for me, and it was really annoying. Like it didn't ruin it, but it was kind of like oh man, like what the heck happened here? So it definitely like I noticed it, and I wish it wasn't that way, but visuals are great. I do love some of the art, like aesthetics of it. I think they captured space in a remarkable way. I love Hugh's design and Diana's design. music is just as charming and relaxing and vibey as the trailers. Like
Yep.
if you like the music in the trailers, this game is filled with it. And
I like that.
yes, and I think it adds so much flavor to the game. Whether you're just in, this is one thing that really surprised me. There is a hub section in this game where in between each level, in between each major like story beat, you'll go back to this hub where you'll have like tons of like just fun like side things to do. You can like customize your characters. You can go to upgrade, go to like training simulator. Like there's a nice little hub area, kind of like a home base where Diana will just be running around like playing with stuff and Hugh's doing his things. And so I really like that. But anyway, just while you're in the hub, there's like music playing. It's just so like, it reminds me of like peak Minecraft music where it's like, you like if you just go idle, like you can't help but just like up the volume a bunch because you just want to hear the idle music. It is so good. The story.
This is what I was wanting to know about, because for me personally, I remember we had talked about it. You know, some games really like they'll show like they'll have like story trailers. To me, this game kind of worried me in that department because I never felt like they were trying to tell a story with the game, like as like the main focus of it. But the one thing I said that I wasn't worried about was I felt like a lot of people were going to love, especially myself, the dynamic between Hugh and Diana. But I'm very curious on, their relationship playing out that dynamic, but also the story. So, hit me with it, John. Tell me about both of those.
This is the hardest one to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's made me realize an important factor about games that we do not talk about a lot. And that is the directing of the game. Who is directing the game, how they do it, because we oftentimes talk about pacing of games, right? And usually pacing is maybe not entirely determined by the director of the game, but the director and how he directs it plays a really big role in the pacing of the game, because he determines when you cut a scene, when you like how much you fast forward to a next scene, how you do the cinematics, right? Like how cutscene to gameplay flows, right? All these things. It's just so hard because I think the story. I think the story is incredible. I think the game's directing didn't do it justice. There are... Because here's what I'll say. I'll just go ahead and jump right here.
Yeah.
This game, to me, and I'm even struggling to think of one that's better in the current moment. I think this game is a top 5 ending to a game this generation. This ending is like the definition of a satisfying ending, one that will stick with you, and one that feels earned. Like it feels earned. Like it isn't the thing of like, let's rush it, let's do this, let's just throw some random thing in here to make it bigger, better. It is a, what kind of ending makes sense and how do we do it justice? And it does it, and you're like by the end of it, you feel satisfied because of the ending. I think the ending is so well done. And it is one of those things where like some games will end, you're like, man, I kind of wish there was like a follow-up cut scene or something. Like I feel like I wish there was like an epilogue or something like that. And while there isn't necessarily that in the game, the ending that it is leaves you so like, yeah, I don't even know what else they would show, because I think you just concluded this story like exactly how I honestly thought it was going to. It is so good. Hugh and Diana's relationship. This is going to be the thing that's this is the biggest difference from where my expectations of the game were to how I ended up liking the game.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to fall in love with Hugh and Diana as much as I did.
Mm-hmm.
I in particular, and this is where it really gets me. I absolutely love Diana. I think Diana is so good. I think she is just so heartwarming. She's so just like she's just adorable. Like she's so innocent. She's so like funny. She like I just think she is a great character. I think she bounces off Hugh well. I wish Hugh had a little more, I guess, flavor to him, like character to him. He can kind of like say some things that come off a bit dry, like, and I wish the writing for Hugh was a bit better. I think I think Diana is a bundle of personality. Personally, like to me, like from the very first time you meet Diana, I'm like, oh, I actually really like this character right now. Like, like I want to see more of this character. That being said, I still do like Hugh, and I think like because of Diana, you like Hugh more because obviously like he gets connected with her. The overarching plot of the game, the antagonist, the like what's going on, the mystery side of things, it's cool. They just don't do enough with it. The antagonist, like it's a very predictable story. That being said, just because it's predictable doesn't mean it's bad. I think it's still effective and I think it's still good. One of the main plot points of this game is that this factory, this station on the moon can basically print anything.
I heard about this and I was like, wait, hold on. Yeah, because the podcast we both watched, Kind of Funny, was talking about how like this whole world like is just like 3D printed. Like this whole thing. You can explain better than I can because you've actually finished
pretty
it.
much. They invented this system tool to basically print anything, and one of the things, and it's not just like your typical like 3D printer. You'll print like a little figurine or something. Like they're trying to reprint whole cities and stuff, which is why you get like a New York in this game, because they were in the process of printing a whole nother New York to put on the moon and things like this.
That is such a cool concept.
And it is, and I think they do a good job of explaining like what the printing does and how they do it. I don't think they like explored like what conflict it proposes very well. The antagonist kind of just whatever. The eventual main antagonist is kind of just whatever. I honestly wish, which I know you have to have an antagonist kind of, but like I honestly wish it just stuck to a like Hugh and Diana just have to find a way to Earth, not that there is some kind of like entity behind all of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like you don't always have to have like a. I mean, it could have been like a Karen situation. It's like, hey, our main objective, is like we want to get to Earth, know, but it's just the enemies are like you have your robots and stuff. There doesn't need to be a main enemy. It's just like, hey, let me find a way back home.
Yeah, I kind of wish that was the case, because the antagonist is fine. Like I think they do a good job of making her not feel random, or not making it just feel like, oh, we need a main antagonist, let's just shove this character in there. But that being said, I don't think she really adds much though. And so overall, because of Hugh and Diana's dynamic, and because of the opening and the ending, which is what you were saying earlier, if it was not for the ending, I will be honest, it would be an 8. It would be an 8. But that ending made me love the whole game so much more. Because I just felt like these characters were done so right that my journey and playing through everything felt so earned. So much so, I was literally explaining the ending to my parents over lunch, and they were like, "Is there a way we can like watch the ending?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we went home and I played them the ending. My mom's bawling.
Dang.
My mom is over here bawling like not even 2 minutes into this ending, and I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, it's special, and it's they like the ending so much so they want to watch the whole game like cutscene, like they want to watch all the cutscenes because they're like, man, I want to see like how they're like they got there and like all that thing, and I'm just like, dude, I know like the ending is so good, man. The opening is great as well. There really is so much to love about this game. Let's get to the combat, which is obviously like the biggest, the main selling point for this game. If you played the demo and you thought the demo was fun and it was super cool and it was really unique, I'm happy to announce that no, it does not get repetitive, and B, it gets way deeper than you think it can, and C, it is just as addicting as you thought it might be. It is probably outside of Returnal my other favorite gameplay.
Gameplay loop.
Yes, it is literally Resident Evil shooting with a whole new thing that we've never seen before, being the hacking that Diana does.
Yeah.
Mix that with the loadout system that takes place in this game, the upgrading system that takes place in this game, the mods that you're able to equip, the abilities that you get. This game, it kind of is a Metroidvania at times, where you unlock something in a later sector, which allows you to go back and get a collectible in like a previous sector or stuff like that, which I think is really, really cool. That being said, this game is linear, and this game is short but condensed. There is only 5 sectors in this game. Each sector will probably take you, like, the first one will take you, like, less than an hour. The second one, and then the next 4 will probably take you about, like, 2 hours each.
Yeah.
But in each sector, there are these different areas, and each area has its own amount of collectibles, chests, like, customization things that you're able to find, puzzles, enemies, challenge rooms, and by finding all these things, you unlock training simulations in your home base, back in your hub world. You unlock like these things called REMs, which are basically like 3D printed things from Earth. And so like you'll find like for instance, you'll find trying to think of a good one. You'll find like a tree swing set REM, and you can take it back to the hub, and you can place it down, and you will 3D print a tree swing set for Diana to play on, and you get this like really just cute scene where she's like, man, like, what is this? Like, do you just have these lying all over the place on Earth? And he's like, no, like, it's something you do in your backyard to, you know, when it's a nice day out and everything. And she's like, nice day out? What does that mean? And like, it's all these things of like, you just get these really like wholesome moments between these two. And it's just due to a collectible. Like, if you don't get the collectible, you don't get so many heartwarming, like, just really nice scenes between the characters. And that's the thing. There is not a buttload of collectibles. Like, there are a lot, but they're not asking you to collect 50 gems each in different spots. You're talking like 3 chests, 2 coins, 1 REM, and 1 chip, like in each section. And to do it, you have to go through a super addicting combat, or you have to go through a really unique and neat puzzle to do it. And so I just think it's a really... People have explained this game in one way, and I think it's perfect. This is genuinely like a 360 game, like old school video game. Like, that is what this is. It's short, sweet, bunch of collectibles, tons of replay value, really solid story, good music, fun visuals. Like, it's just an overall, like, I really don't think there is a weak part to this game. I don't think there is a part outside of its combat that necessarily screams out like greatest thing of all time, but I just think it's an overall like 9 to 8 game, like 8 to 9 game.
Yeah.
Like I think depending how you connect with the characters will determine if it's 8 or 9, and it makes sense for the score it has. It has an 87, meaning majority of the reviews had to either been a 9, 8, or 10. And
Yeah.
so, and I think that's perfect. This game is honestly exactly what I hoped for 6 years ago. There are, I guess that is one critique I have, which again comes to the directing standpoint. There are some moments where it has a really nice cinematic moment. Like after you beat a boss, he'll have this really cool like cinematic scene where he's like putting on the like final hit, and then there's like a big explosion. He starts falling off a building, and you have to like catch Diana in the sky. Like the camera's going crazy. Like there are great cinematic moments. And then there are great story beats. Like we've seen it in the trailers where Diana and Hugh are on the beach and they're kind of like talking to each other, and there's like a sunset in the background. You're like, oh, this is such a nice moment. There are story beats like that, and there are cinematic moments like that. They do not happen enough. They do not happen enough. The ones that are there, great. And when you get those moments, you're like, yes, this is what I wanted. Unfortunately, you only really get those at the beginning and end of each sector. And so it does come to a bit of like, I kind of wish we had a little bit more, because what ends up happening is it feels like you're missing some of their bonding a little bit, because right at the beginning, when you first meet Diana, you do have the moment of like, I don't really know who you are or why I need you, but you helped me, so just help me defeat this thing. And like he even does question her at times. He's like, man, if I don't like, if you die, I'm screwed. I'm just trying to get to Earth. I don't really care what happens to you. Yeah. And but then like literally by the next cutscene, he's like already like a father figure, and you're like, hold on, you already care for this thing? Like you guys have barely been together for like an hour, but the game is so short and it is so condensed, and there's not as many of those story beats where it kind of just feels like they do just take steps in their relationship maybe a little bit too quickly. That being said, I still think it works fine. I don't think it like ruins it. I don't think it prohibits you feeling connected to them in any way. Yeah, dude, this game is just so fun. Like I am so addicted to it even after being, I'm not like 15 hours. Nah, probably not. I'm probably like 12 hours into it. I'm all well on my way to getting the platinum. I will get the platinum. And one thing I have to do for the platinum is beat the game on lunatic mode, which you get after beating the game once. But I don't really think it was that hard to begin with. So if you just add a little bit of challenge to it, I don't think that'll be that bad. But I'm more than happy to do it because I think the gameplay is so dang fun. I absolutely love it. This game has New Game Plus off rip. This game has a whole like, not even New Game Plus. After you beat the main story, there's like a whole nother chapter that unlocks, which is like a bunch of like simulation challenges and stuff like that, which has been really fun to do as well. Yeah, this game just has so much. And it's so fun. It's super polished. The performance is great. Yeah, I think this game is special. I think this game is amazing. I do give it a 9 out of 10. This is one where I think a sequel needs to happen, and I think a sequel would go so hard. I mean, if a brand new IP from Capcom is scoring 87, getting 10s from some outlets, getting 9s from majority, and a bunch of 8s, it's like, imagine what a sequel's gonna do. And so,
I mean, we're about to see that with, of course, like Saros. Like,
oh yes,
Saros is about to be, and I in our video of biggest games releasing April, it's like Saros is the biggest game to look forward to. It is. This to me was like number 2.
yes,
And I just think it's incredible, like what Capcom does is like, I think the one thing that they really, I hope they can lock down a lot more is like the storytelling. Not to say it's bad, I just think they're so close to greatness on like telling very phenomenal stories. Like, but to me, they're just like they're either just good or great. But outside of like that, which like I've still heard it, the story's good. I do have one question because you kind of covered it, but I just want people to know because
Real quick,
when it comes to
hang on,
um,
before you get to the question,
yeah,
it has been so heartwarming to see this game's response from just audiences and critics, because here's one thing: I did not watch or read any reviews for this game until after I beat it.
yeah,
I've literally listened to Kind of Funny's review this morning.
I wish I never did.
I'm sorry.
A 5.5,
dude. I couldn't believe. Like, I'm literally listening, and Tim says 8.5. I'm like, yep, all right, awesome. Then Blessing goes 6.5, and I'm like, wow, he really just didn't connect with it, right? And then Roger says 5.5, and I'm like, is this a joke?
John,
like, is this a
John,
troll?
I was at work, and I audibly, like, literally out loud went, "What?" I was
like, I haven't even seen a review below a 7. And so, like, whenever they said 6.5 and 5.5, I'm like, huh? Like, it doesn't even make sense. But now, after beating it, I like, those are the worst takes I've ever heard in my life. I'll be so honest with you. Especially the 5.5. Like, Roger was just hating on all these things. I'm like, how?
And this is what I've realized is, like, some people are just, they want certain things, and I've realized with the two of them, and it's okay if you care about having a god tier story in every game you play. I'm not gonna say it, but there is a hot take that I have about just story in video games, because not every single video game needs to have a last of like a story that's literally going to change the world. Not every single game needs to have a story that's going to literally do, like, I'm not going to go any further, but if we do a hot takes episode, I have a hot take about story, and I'm not going to regret it, because I think some people just don't want to have fun with these games because they're like, I can't fully get connected to all these characters even though the gameplay is great. It's just the story. It's not like, it's not melting my face off. It's not making me rethink my life decisions. And it's like, I don't know.
So, because after beating the game, I've since then gone and, like, watched a bunch of reviews from a bunch of different influencers and content creators, and read a bunch of reviews, and everything is very on par to what I'm saying. Blessing and Roger are just complete two odd, left
listen,
curve.
And out of all respect, I love Blessing and Roger. I love Roger as well, because he supports Sega. He's the biggest Sega guy on there.
He's a Death Stranding fan too. Shout out to him.
Yeah, like, you're allowed to like what you like.
Yeah.
It's okay to give out your opinion. It's just sometimes you may say something that we're just gonna be like, how?
Yeah, like, I don't understand.
Like, I haven't even played it, and I'm like a 5.5.
Yeah,
like,
that's insane.
I just don't. I don't know how you get that low. I guess
in my 87, mind, and bro said it 5.5. I don't know if I've ever heard, like, that big of a differentiate between a game.
I don't know. I was just shocked.
But anyway, wow. What I was gonna say, from listening and reading a whole bunch of reviews, I have to say I am so proud of, like, just people who are playing and reviewing this game, because they're actually sounding like they know what they're talking about for once. Because if you did give this game a 7 or an 8, and you are, like, truly, like, analyzing the game and, like, picking apart from a very critical, like, design standpoint, like, yes, the level design, the bosses designs, maybe they do repeat some certain things. Maybe it's not, maybe they are borrowing from other franchises. Like, I get that. There are some things that it's like, okay, we've seen this before. It's nothing new. Maybe it is the thing of, like, oh man, I wish we had more scenes with this character or this character. Maybe I wish the pacing, or, they didn't, like, from a directing standpoint, cut here, right? I get all that, but from everything I've heard, and which is probably why this game has an 87, is everybody just recognizes it doesn't need to be like one of the greatest produced games of all time. It is just they did something new, unique, and it's fresh. It's fun. It's a solid story, good characters, good music, good visuals, banger video game. That is it. Like that is exactly what this game has done, and so it's been really heartwarming just to see all the reviews, because I think everyone outside of Blessing and Roger pretty much get that. No shade at Roger and Blessing, by the way. I was mind blown this morning whenever I read that. Like I literally stopped what I was doing. I like looked around like, anyone else just hear this? Like what's going on?
No, I didn't text you that day because I wanted to. I almost texted you because I'm like, bro, you got to hear what they're saying. But then I was like, I didn't, because I was just like, whatever. But I almost texted you. I was like, bro, what are what are they like? Because I haven't even played it. I'm just like, I just can't imagine this game being a 5.5, like a 6.5.
I can maybe see it, right?
I can maybe maneuver it, but it's like a 5.5. Like, I don't know what. Like, they'd have to really mess something up for me to give it like a 5.5.
Yeah. I have a lot more I want to say, but what was the question you were gonna ask?
Oh, my last thing that I wanted to ask, because you somewhat covered it. Just the last thing. Boss fights and enemy variety.
Okay.
Because I know you're huge on that when it comes to like action games, combat.
Yes. I think I think it's really good. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's really good. Were you saying something in the mic, or were you? Because you're muted. No. Okay. Yeah, I don't think bosses or enemy variety, either of them, stand out per se, but they do not disappoint. Is what I'll say. They don't exceed my expectations, but they do not disappoint. I think it is pretty much exactly what I want. I think each area, bro's having a full-fledged like yelling match over there.
No, we know yelling in here.
There is in each sector you're finding about like 3 to 4 new enemy varieties, as well as there are like bosses in each area. The way you defeat enemies and the way you defeat bosses are all very similar, but they incorporate layers for each enemy. So like one enemy will have like corruption, so it makes it more difficult to hack, whereas then one boss you'll have to get rid of these shields before you're able to hack. And then one boss, of course, like will be like really massive size, but you're still doing the same thing. So it is a thing of like how you defeat the boss, what the boss is the same thing, but they add layers to make it like more difficult, more complex. Same thing with enemies. Your typical enemy, you'll have to hack it and shoot it. Then there will be an enemy where you'll have to destroy a shield before you're able to hack it, and then you can kill it. Then there will be an enemy where you have to get rid of its corruption first, and then you can hack it. Or there will be enemies like that you have to shoot specific weak spots. I mean, every enemy you have to shoot specific weak spots, and there are some enemies where that weak spot is in a really difficult place, or a very obvious place, or a very niche place. And so it is a thing of like the enemy variety and boss fights did not exceed my expectations. It did not disappoint though. I think it is perfect for what the game is. And bosses, I think you'll be pleased with the bosses. I don't think you're going to be like, this is some of the best boss fights. I don't think the boss fights necessarily make the gameplay better in any way. I just think like there was no point where I was like, I did not like that boss fight. Like after every boss, I'm like, that was fun. I would replay that boss, and which is good because you do have to replay the boss to unlock certain things for challenges and things like that. And I've enjoyed replaying every boss as well. And so yeah, that's what I would say for that. I know Austin's muted there, but there you
I you're fine. It's girlfriend just got home. She hasn't been home for a little bit,
go.
so she's just you know.
Um,
Uh,
the last
mm,
couple things that I'll say before we wrap it up, because I know I have
mhm,
more full review. Um,
yeah,
this is very clearly a Resident Evil game in
yeah,
space, which is what I will say. If you love Resident Evil games and you can maybe get behind the hacking system, absolutely play this game. This
yeah.
game from start to finish, I was like, oh man, that's straight out of Resident Evil. Oh, yep. Okay, Resident Evil. Okay, I see what you're doing, Capcom. It is really, really good. Here's what I'll say. I think you are going to absolutely love this game. I think this will be one of the first games in a long time where me and you both absolutely like adore the game.
Yeah.
Um,
Not to say that we haven't found games
right,
like that. Like
right, right,
we both love Expedition 33.
right, right.
Um,
Um, this game just has, especially after the ending, it just has this like feel good energy to it where I'm just like, man, I want to play more of it. I want to see more of it. I hope there's a future for this IP. And man, Capcom just knocked it out the park. They really did. They took a new IP and they made a banger out of it. The game has a pretty decent, actually a really decent player count currently on Steam, which is really, really nice. So, but yeah, that is for the most part my review of Pragmata. I do give it a 9, and I definitely stick to that. I will be getting the platinum trophy, and so I'm very much looking forward to all that. But I think that's about it.
yeah, I'm hopefully gonna end up starting it like by next week. I think at this point I'm just gonna have to like just get it delivered at this rate because I haven't been able to get any time or anybody to like take me to go pick up my copy. But I definitely am like sorry. I'm super excited to like jump in. It just this week is I hate that all 4 of these games came out the exact same week because I want to play them all, but there's just that one that's literally had me in a chokehold,
I will
especially my
say
girlfriend. So
we need more of these games that are like an 8 to 10 hour just AAA like focused experience because this game doesn't try to be anything it's not. It doesn't try to force in these weird open segments. It doesn't try to force in these weird like shrines that you have to do. It doesn't force it like, oh, I heard a great example. This game is like basically has no filler in my opinion. Like every scene feels like it matters. Every mission feels like it matters. Like we're not just going to random places. Like this game has like no filler, but a ton of content, and I think that's awesome. And a ton of content, not in the fact that it's going to take you 20 hours. A ton of content in the fact that there's so much to replay in this game, and there is so much to do if you wanted to go for that platinum trophy. And so yeah, we need more games like this. Focused, smaller games. Who just believe in the vision and just tackle that. So, yeah.
yeah, all right, man.
That is going to do it for this episode of Player Way. There will be a second episode of Player Way this week where we cover more of the news and things that have happened this week. But other than that, we're going to let this episode go because Austin is currently dealing with his girlfriend. So, anyway,
yeah, she's asking a lot of questions, and it's fine.
Oh,
Well,
never tell your girlfriend she's asking a lot of questions. That's a bad idea.
Well, no, she is, which isn't a bad thing. But also, she was like, "I thought you were going to do it longer." I'm like, "Well, I was about to mention we probably are about to do another one."
Anyway, that's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Johnnymmer out. Peace.